Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles, Blitz, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing the two easiest 6,000 damage games I may have ever gotten in the game. I mean, it's so easy with now the increased damage that autoloaders are able to do, just to do more damage. For example, the T57 Heavy carries a 3-shell autoloader. It has 3,100 DPM. That's what Wargaming buffed it to in Update 9.1. And with my special 6 key, I can use shell reload boost, which means even further, I can add an additional like 300 DPM, giving myself 3,400 DPM in a tier 10 autoloading heavy. Yeah, that's pretty dang strong. As well, the 57 Heavy has a lot of hit points at 2,500. It's got quite a troll turret. It's even decently mobile. Overall, I would say that the T57 Heavy is probably one of the strongest tier 10 heavies in the game. Now, you do need to have a brain cell to use this tank. I can't tell you how many times I've seen bad 57 Heavy players just drive out into the open. It's probably the main reason why this vehicle was buffed so heavily throughout the years in the game. I mean, I have videos back in the day, maybe 3 years ago, saying that the 57 Heavy never needed a buff, and yeah, Wargaming just kept on buffing it, and it keeps making it stronger and stronger to a point where we can deal 6,000 damage in a matter of 3 minutes. So here comes the T100 LT. Currently, we're sitting at 1,543 damage. There's a nice 500 max roll into the LT. There's another tap, 371, but let's just mitigate that low roll. There you go, nice 546 tap into his vehicle. We were just at 1,500 damage, now we're up to 2,900. That was basically a 1,400 damage clip into that vehicle. Yeah, that's gotta hurt you, bro. That's gotta hurt you a lot. It's kind of funny looking at that big old shell just sticking in the back of my turret. But already, we're in a pretty good game. This 3,000 damage here is more than 90% of people will get in tier 10. And, well, let's just, increase that by another 1,000. Here's a 60 TP, 1 penetration, 2 penetrations, and hello, Mr. 60. Thank you very much for 3 penetrations. Now we're up to 4,000 damage dealt. We've even managed to block, 1,000. I will say, the 57 Heavy is not a great vehicle when it comes to armor. You're really not going to bounce that many shells, but because Wargaming buffed the turret armor on this tank for some reason, it does get some really troll bounces. Previously, I wouldn't have said the turret would have bounced any shells, which means we would have been down to about 500 health right now, instead of, been sitting at 1,500. There's another clip into the Jagdpanzer, and with that, we're up to 5,035 damage. Does this game seem like a 5K game to you? No, it really doesn't. To me, this seems like a battle that I fired a couple shells in and won. That's all that this game makes me think of. But this is just the stupidity of the 57 Heavy. How much DPM it carries. And, oh, here we go. There's a 183. We're going to put on our shell reload boost, get our damage out even faster. Kaboom. And sure, I'm going to get shot by him, but at this point, I don't care. I'm just going to make sure he doesn't hesh me. We dealt 6,168 damage. Plus, I think I rammed him for like another 60. So, in total, yeah, 6,236 damage. Pulled out a mastery. I mean, this was just such an easy game. And it showcases in some situations where just the 57 Heavy is insane. But now we're double dipping to another autoloader, and this is the TVP 5051. So I just showcased one incredibly easy battle. Now you're going to see an even easier game in my opinion. The TVP is a medium that, well, carries a 4.5 second interclip in total. It's a 1.5 second interclip for all of its shells, which means 4.5 for the 3 shells that you have to wait for the 1.5 seconds on. And, well, it does more damage than the 57 Heavy. It does 1,240 in a clip, in a faster amount of time than the 57 Heavy. It's also a more mobile tank, going 60 kilometers per hour at a top speed, plus having 8 degrees of gun depression, while having better camouflage, better aiming time, better accuracy. In my personal opinion, I believe that the TVP is an overpowered tier 10. I think that any player that understands how to use it can do this right here. 717, 1,076, and yeah, there you go. 1,464 damage. That's right. I just brought a full health tier 10 medium down to 386 health in less than the first minute of this battle. You could not do that in any other tank, even a 183. That is quite rare to do. That is absolutely insane what the TVP is capable of doing. And because of that, I do believe that this is just such a stupid vehicle. There's 1 shell into the 60. There's 2. And there's 1 shell into the AMX and 2. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're up to 2,800 damage dealt. This is why autoloaders don't require DPM. The TVP is one of the lowest DPM autoloaders in tier 10. It's got around 2,700, which is even less than the Batchat. But because it's able to store all of its damage in such a quick burst, it really just doesn't matter. It is such an easy farm fest when you're able to get this vehicle in position. So we got the E5. There's 290 shot. There's 2 shells. That's 325. Unfortunately, that shell misses. But hey, let's get the third shell in. There you go. That's 900 damage dealt. And now we're up to 3,700. In 2 minutes, 3,700 damage. What the absolute heck? The reason I personally believe the TVP doesn't even get anywhere hindered from its poor DPM is down to the very simple fact that it just gives you time to reposition. You can see here that I'm just waiting for my clip to reload, and while I'm doing that, I'm putting my tank in a better spot. So we got the E5 and also the 60. Now I think that 60's AFK at this point, but well, that shell just didn't like me very much, but it's fine because we're gonna aim it on the 60. Looks like he is just AFK, but we're going to get 1 shell into his lower plate, 2 shells into his lower plate. Can you name another tier 10 that would have hit those 2 shots in a row? Yeah, again, just crazy things coming out of the TVP. We're up to 4,400 damage dealt so far, and, well, you can see what's in front of me. The mother load of free damage, a 183 sitting out in the open. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we are. And I'm aiming it on his track wheel. Unfortunately, I just misjudged the shell velocity of this vehicle. But hey, even though we only get 3 out of my 4 shells out, we're now up to 5,300 damage. The TVP is such an amazing vehicle. Now, I do want to point out that if you're an average player, you're not going to do well in this tank. It's not like, you know, I don't want you to grind it. You can grind it, but I just don't think the average player is going to do well in this vehicle. You still need to understand in most battles where to position this tank, how to use the gun, because if you don't, you're going to be absolutely nuked. But there you go. 2 shells into the grill, finishing him off. There's 1 shell into the 183 and 2 shells. Yep, 6,500 damage dealt. And that was, again, in less than 3.5 minutes. The TVP is an insane vehicle. The T57 Heavy is an insane vehicle. And honestly, most autoloaders, not even autoloaders, most tanks in Blitz nowadays are insane. Now, the only parting note I will say is I do hope Wargaming rebalances tier 10 a little. I don't necessarily think the autoloaders themselves are the problem. I think the problem right now with Blitz is just tanks are dying too fast. The fact that you can have a full health tier 10 medium like that M48 Patton, lose 1,500 health and be virtually useless for the rest of the battle. I mean, sure, that guy made a missed position. I don't think he put himself in the best spot. He could have gone hull down and tried to work hull down against me. But there are times I have positioned my vehicles into that base capture to try and get it early and win on base cap. And you don't know how mad that would make me if I had gotten nuked by a TVP because of just, you know, trying to do the right thing and capturing a base. I personally don't agree with the fact that any tank should be able to do these kinds of damage numbers this quickly, unless, you know, they've got really high DPM. But it is really just such a weird parameter. It's like a double-edged sword. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I just thought I'd showcase those 2 battles to really home in just how deadly some of the new tier 10s after 9.1 are. But hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and let me know what you guys think about these tanks in the comment down below. I just wanted to commentate on the gameplay, showcase why they're so insane. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.